Good morning to all. I am Dr. Dakshayani M. Dongre, Associate Professor, Shri Shri Shivlingeshwara Swami, Government First Grade College, Changiri, Davangere District. My topic, Measuring Hunger in India, an Analytical Perspective on Global Hunger Index, GHI. Here, abstract of my topic. According to the 2025 Global Hunger Index GHI, India is placed 102nd among 123 countries with a score of 25.8, indicating a serious level of hunger. Although India is one of the world's largest food producers, persistent challenges such as child undernutrition reflected in high rates of stunting, wasting, and child mortality continue to affect its overall performance. Structural issues, including poverty, inadequate sanitation, and significant regional inequalities, further contribute to the problem. The GHI evaluates hunger using four key indicators. One is the undernourishment, that's very important, and second one is child wasting, child stunting, and child mortality. A review of GHI reports from recent years highlights ongoing concerns despite policy interventions and welfare schemes aimed at improving food security. The paradox of modern development is evident in the coexistence of food abundance and widespread hunger. While many countries have achieved overall food sufficiency, unequal distribution of resources and income disparities prevent vulnerable populations from accessing adequate nutrition. Addressing these structural barriers is essential for achieving sustainable development goals related to hunger and poverty reduction. So, introduction of my topic. In the Global Hunger Index 2023, India was ranked 111th out of 125 countries, declining from its 107th position in 2022. The index is released annually in October through a joint effort of concerned worldwide and Wealth, Hunger, Life. Since its first publication in 2006, the 2023 edition marks the 18th release of the report. The GHI assesses hunger using four key indicators. Just I told in the abstract: undernourishment, child wasting, child mortality, and child stunting. These components collectively capture both inadequate caloric intake and the broader consequences of malnutrition. The report drawn upon data from internationally recognized sources including United Nations agencies such as the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO, next WHO and UNICEF, along with nationally representative surveys. A country's rank reflects its relative performance. A higher rank indicates a more severe hunger situation in that country. Hunger remains a significant global concern, affecting millions across different socio-economic and geographic contexts. Despite improvements in global food production, unequal access to food continues to leave large populations vulnerable. In 2023, hundreds of millions of people worldwide remained undernourished, with South Asia accounting for a considerable share. India, despite being one of the largest food producer, continues to face substantial challenges related to food insecurity and malnutrition. Although the country has experienced notable economic growth over the past 2 decades, nutritional outcomes have not improved proportionately. As a signatory to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, India is committed to achieving zero hunger the SDG Zero Hunger, SDG 2 by 2030. However, persistent structural barriers complicate progress toward this objective. So, what do you mean by Global Hunger Index? The GHI is a multi-dimensional tool designed to measure and monitor hunger at global. It is a multi-dimensional tool designed to measure and monitor hunger at global, regional and national level. So three levels the hunger is measured. So it is one of the multi-dimensional tool, so which is designed to measure and monitor. So but measure and monitor the scale of the hunger, not only in the national level, global level, and also global and regional level. Originally developed by the International Food Policy Research Institute, the GHI provides comprehensive the picture of hunger by combining four indicators. So one is undernourishment. What's the undernourishment? The proportion of the population with insufficient caloric intake. They are suffering the nutritious food, the protein, nutritious and iron foods. They are suffering from the malnutrition. So that's the undernourishment. Child stunting. What is child stunting? The percentage of children under 5 years of age with low height for their age, indicating chronic undernutrition. So their height is very low at the age of 5 years. So that is called child stunting. Why the height is low? Because of scarcity of nutritious food, protein, vitamins food. So that is a malnutrition. Because of this malnutrition, so that we are facing the child stunting. That's also responsible for this. Then another one, child wasting. What is this child wasting? The percentage of children under 5 years of age with low weight, not only low height and also low weight, reflecting acute undernutrition. So because of undernutrition, because of malnutrition, because of scarcity of nutritious food, the children's they will grow at the age of 5 years very low weight and low height. That is called child wasting. And the child mortality. So that under 5 years of age, the mortality rate, which represent the most severe consequences, inadequate nutrition and unhealthy living conditions. So the most of the children at the age of 5 they will die. So that's a child mortality. Together, these indicators reflect the deficiencies in both macronutrients and micronutrients. The index uses a 100-point scale where 0 represents no hunger and higher scores indicate more serious levels of hunger. The GHI report is peer-reviewed and produced collaboratively by Concerned Worldwide and the World Hunger Life. The analysis is supported by data from international organizations and authorized national surveys to ensure the reliability and comparability. So it's India's position in Global Hunger Index. Among South Asian nations, India performs better only than Afghanistan and lags behind countries such as Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, Indonesia, etc. In recent assessments, in earlier editions, several countries including China and Belarus and Turkey achieved top rankings with scores below 5, reflecting very low levels of hunger. India's hunger situation is shaped by its large population. So because of large population, it's one of the problem. So rapid growth of population is the problem of the hunger. And diverse socio-economic conditions, variations in income levels, rural-urban disparities, agriculture productivity, sanitation, infrastructure, dietary practices and public policy implementation contribute to significant regional differences. These complexities make hunger reduction a multifaceted challenge. Although Government of India has implemented various initiatives such as Integrated Child Development Services ICDS, the Midday Meal Scheme, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee MGNREG Act, and the National Food Security Act NAFSA, and nutritional improvements have been uneven. Policy measures such as the National Nutrition Strategy have aimed to address malnutrition. Yet issues such as undernourishment and child wasting remain areas of concern. So regional disparities and state level studies, some studies and regional disparities have taken to study about this hunger problem. And what's the objectives of my study, my research study? That's the first one, to examine the different dimensions and indicators used to measure the global hunger index. That's the first the objective. Second objective, to understand the methodology and procedures to involved in calculating the GHI. How we calculate the GHI and what is the methodology we are using to calculate the GHI. So here I have taken here the calci of this GHI. And then third one, to evaluate the status and trends reflected in the GHI over time. That's the year from 2018. I covered the 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. So last year I have taken what's the status, what's the rank of our country in GHI. And to analyze the major findings and interpret their implications, and to assess government initiatives and policy interventions aimed at reducing multidimensional poverty and hunger. And methodology and database study based on secondary data that relating to these research articles. I have collected some GHI reports and some the economic surveys, some reports of economic survey, and some Google scholars and newspapers, journals, etc. Techniques here, secondary data has been chosen, so that can be analyzed with the help of percentage average ratio. And the GHI incorporates here, I am focusing on what are the indicators of GHI. Just in the introduction I stated that 4 indicators of GHI. The 4, that is what is child stunting, I stated earlier, child wasting, undernourishment, and child mortality. The global hunger index is constructed using 4 these the indicators. The GHI constructed by using the 4 indicators. One is the prevalence of undernourishment, PU, we are saying the PU, and then CW, child wasting, and CS, child stunting, and CM, child mortality. So these 4 indicators I have chosen to measure this GHI. Although child mortality, I stated earlier, that was the child mortality and status. And then we'll go for the calculation of GHI, the global hunger index. The global hunger index scores is calculated by standardized and aggregating 4 key indicator. Prevalence of undernourishment, that is we are calling PU, child stunting, that is CS, and child wasting, that is CW, and child mortality, CM. Each indicator is first converted into a standardized value using predetermined threshold levels. These standardized scores are then combined using specific weights to obtain the final GHI score. Step 1, standardization of indicators. Each indicator is standardized using following formula. Standardized for value is equal to actual indicator value into 100 divided by threshold value. Where the threshold values, undernourishment is the weightage is given 80, child stunting 70, child wasting 55, child mortality 35. Thus, PUN prevalence of undernourishment is equal to prevalence of undernourishment into 100 divided by 80, CST, child stunting, into 100 divided by 70, CW, that is child wasting, stunting, that is CST, child stunting. This is child wasting into 100 divided by 55, and CM, child mortality, into 100 divided by 35. So PUN, that is the prevalence of undernourishment, CST, that is child stunting rate, CW, child wasting rate, CM, the child mortality rate. The subscript triple S denotes standardized values. The step 2 aggregation. Step 1 is the, I told, standardization. Step 1 standardization of indicator, and step 2 aggregation. After standardization, the GHI score is calculated using weighted average. GHI weightage, that is the weightage we have given, 1/3 PUN plus 1/6 CST plus 1/6 like HDI we are calculating the HDI 1/3 the LEI 1/3 the LEI, EAI and SLI, like that. HDI is equal to 1/3 EA, LEI, EA and then SLI. Here also we are given the GHI calculation, global hunger index, that is the 1/3 the prevalence of undernourishment, and plus 1/6 that is the child stunting rate, plus 1/6 that's the child wasting, and plus 1/3 that is the child mortality. The final GHI scores ranges from 0 to 100, where 0 represents no hunger. That is very we want this ones, no hunger in the country. Okay, higher scores indicate more severe levels of hunger. This method ensures that both caloric deficiency and child-related malnutrition outcomes are adequately reflected in the final index scores. The calculation of global hunger index, that is the GHI calculated as below, that is prevalence of undernourishment into 100 equals standardized undernourishment value 80. That's above as stated earlier, the same that is in the verbal form. This is formula in the verbal form. And now I'm going to focus on the status. What is the status of GHI in India? So here I covered from 2018 to 2025. So what is the India's rank out of countries in GHI? During 2018, India got 1/3 rank out of 119 countries, and 1/2 rank, that is out of 117 countries. 2020 94. This is very important. It's the lowest rank. The 2020 94th rank India got out of 107 countries. 2021 101 the rank, so that's out of 116. And 2022 107th rank out of 121. 2023 here also we are all seeing this in Google search. They are focusing only the 2023, the 111 that's 111th rank out of the 125 countries. 2024 the 1/5 rank out of 127 countries. 2025 India got 1/2 rank out of the 123 countries. This is the status of global ranks. GHI global index, global hunger index in India. What's the status in India out of these countries? Okay, and I collected this from the global hunger index reports. And here global hunger index here in India. What's the situation in India 2019? The global hunger index, and what are the steps taken by the government to remove the global hunger index in 2019-20, and initiative and steps taken by the government, and 21, 22, 23. So okay, what are the measures taken by the government to overcome the hunger in India? Okay, and these are some analysis I have taken here. And global hunger index in 2023, and then 2024 and 2025 government points, viewpoints and challenges, etc. Underlying challenges, and drivers of food securities challenges. What are the challenges? That is the poverty and unemployment challenges, health and sanitation issues, and distribution gaps, and reasons for India's series ranking. What are these series ranking are coming this GHI? What are the reasons? So okay, the reasons may be one of the key reasons for the India's low ranking has been its high child wasting rate. Earlier reports highlighted that wasting levels rose sharply over certain periods. Since child wasting is closely linked to mortality, there is low weight, low height, so care is among children under 5. It significantly affect India's GHI score. Despite the improvements in some indicators such as stunting and child mortality, wasting continues to remain a critical issue. And what are the steps, initiatives taken by the government and flagship programs? The government of India has implemented the various programs, flagship programs, and initiatives to overcome the reducing hunger, malnutrition, and multidimensional poverty. The first important Poshan Abhiyan and Anemia Mukt Bharat. So focused on improving maternal and child nutrition. Eat Right India, promoting safe and healthy dietary practices. Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, PMMVY, which provides the maternity benefits to pregnant and lactating women to support nutritional needs. National Food Security Act NAFSA 2013, ensuring subsidized food grains to nearly two-thirds of the population. Swachh Bharat Mission SBM and Jal Jeevan Mission, improving sanitation and access to clean drinking water. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwal Yojana, offering subsidized LPG connections to low-income households. Other supportive schemes such as Saubhagya Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, and Samagra Shiksha, which address housing, electricity, financial inclusion, and education factors indirectly linked nutrition and the poverty reduction. Then conclusion of my topic: India's position in the Global Hunger Index reflect the complex and multidimensional nature of hunger and malnutrition in the country. Despite being one of the world leading food producer and achieving considerable economic growth, India continues to face serious nutritional challenges, particularly among children under 5 years of age. High levels of child wasting along with persistent stunting and undernourishment significantly influences the country's overall GHI score. Regional disparities further complicate the issue as progress is uneven across states, with some regions performing far better than others. Over the years, the Government of India has introduced several targeted interventions to address the food insecurity, improve maternal and child health, and strengthen social protection system. Programs focusing on nutrition, sanitation, pure drinking water, financial inclusion, and subsidized food distribution have contributed to measurable improvements in certain indicators such as child mortality and stunting. However, structural challenges including poverty, unemployment, climate, vulnerability, and gaps in policy implementation continue to hinder faster progress. Addressing hunger in India, therefore, requires an integrated and region-specific approach that combines economic development with improved health care, sanitation, education, sustainable food system, strengthening data-driven policy making, and ensuring effective delivery of the welfare schemes will be crucial for reducing the malnutrition, undernourishment, and achieving long-term food and maintaining the sustainability and nutrition security. So thank you so much organizers giving an opportunity to share, to present my paper. Thank you so much.